So, hello and welcome to the third season of the Cyclist Amateur Tactics, and our team of cycling enthusiasts is now down to two, at least to two who actually take part in the races. We have made some nice progress in the past season, so let's see whether our two folks can keep the upward trajectory, and let's see how they're doing this time. So in the last episode, we won the Great Lakes Tour with Maxim, and we got a level up for Vladislav. And what I'm going to give him is more attack per turn, because if he's going to win or at least score well at anything, he's going to need speed, because his lower speed than Maxim has always been an issue, and this will probably be useful in him doing his job as a helper if he needs to pull Maxim ahead in case he loses a track or actually wants to start an attack, but also if he's on his own and wants to compete with other riders for a good final place on the stage. So this will be useful one way or another. So he's now up to 8 attack per turn. Attack point pool is healthy, and energy per turn is probably something we can work with in the future, and same for the recovery. So that's something to keep in mind, and also to see how he actually performs now on what's upcoming, so that we can start making up our mind where to give him another skill for once he reaches level 5. So again, getting the scouting out of the way. So that's, I think, 11 energy per turn. I think that's a unicorn. Unfortunately, we don't care. And it would take ages to develop a level 1 unicorn anyway. So now, Rising Sun Rush, Long Flat Classic. Ideal to see how Vladislav does as a baseline, so off as a fitness peak, and how terribly Maxim will suffer in his fitness trough. So one thing worth looking at is we are now 8th in Amateur League after one, I think 5th was it in the Bizarro Sprints. Oh, this is bugged for some reason. And the win in the Great Lakes Tour. Yep, doesn't show either. That's a pity. But anyway, so let's get into the Rising Sun Rush. So here we are, a full field and some really good teams among them. Maxim is listed as leader, but I somehow doubt that on fitness trough. So let's see how we do. So all we want is to survive, and there is some nice slipstream to be had for almost the entire race, which is going to be a long one. So we simply stay back, relax, enjoy the desert scenery, so the non-existent scenery probably, and monitor energy levels for both. How are they actually? So Maxim versus Vladislav. Yeah, so 15 and 16, yeah, so it's already slower. So the one person to pay attention to is Vladislav, so it's probably going to be useful that he has one more attack per turn. 3 folks are going. I might actually at some point use Maxim to pull. So maybe somewhere halfway, around 200, I'll assess things and bring him forward. If he still has anything left, or if the peloton... yeah, so here I guess we have to follow to stay in the race. To see whether peloton has done a good job in catching our 3 SKPs. Not sure who that is, or how they're doing. Can I So we can select them when I'm going to make my move to see who they actually are. But at the same time, what we're probably most interested in now is just to see how Vladislav performs after his level up. Here we can have a look. They don't look too great, but not too terrible either, so the middle of the road. Let's see how Vladislav does towards the end with his newfound attack speed. The peloton is surprisingly relaxed. Lets the four folks there catch up. It's a healthy relay, so it's not about the number of people who can pull, it's more about who they want to. And at the moment it doesn't look like they want. I wonder whether I should actually do something with Maxim as long as he has some energy left. Let's see. Maybe they wake up at some point. So there is a climb in the last third, maybe. When does this start? 164, yeah, so let's get out around 200 ish, 210-ish maybe, and then maybe do some pulling there if no one else will. Okay, that looks like a larger jump. And the slipstream, of course, is very nice. Very efficient. No, probably. I mean, the SKPs aren't. Because they could have gone from 112 to another, but they don't, so maybe they start running out of steam. Okay, going to recharge even. Not that I'm complaining. That's for another recharge move. No, actually. But it's definitely sensible. So how are we holding up? Actually not that bad. So again, the +1 in flat for Maxim makes a huge difference here, and especially since he's on his fitness trough. I remember running out of energy quite quickly without +1 in flat. So we can start thinking about moving forward a little bit for the final climb, or for the single climb. Maxim doesn't look too shabby, actually. That's weak sauce. That's pretty weak sauce. I'm going to put Maxim into the relay. Vladislav can chill a little bit here. Most folks are already going. Okay. He's a little bit worse. Almost even with Vladislav. That's interesting. Unexpected. But I guess they are sort of fed up with the low pace anyway. Where could I go here? That's probably then here into the 10. Yeah, it's hard to see with the... That's probably going to be 3 jumps anyway to the bottom of the climb, so probably no. Because the entire relay jumped here. Let's be efficient for one more turn. So, part of the relay now. I would like to be at the front with Vladislav just to be able to do something here. So the SKPs are at the bottom of the climb. And let's hope the peloton starts waking up. No. Okay. So I guess they need a bit of a pull. And now I have both. So Maxim pulls Vladislav. I'm not sure whether this is foolish. But actually the peloton woke up. So that was helpful. I'm staying here. And I'm staying here. And now going to jump to the bottom of the climb. And Vladislav will follow. I think that's the first time we're actually using teamwork here now, since we have 2 competent riders, and if Maxim is actually good for that on his fitness trough. And there I think the nice large attack point pool will be also very helpful. So I guess, yeah, that makes sense to attack cost. That means we can easily jump to the upcoming downhill. And we already called the SKP, so I guess that intermediate push was useful. There was only energy anyway, so I can stay here. Can probably move back with with Vladislav now, since I'm keeping him here one more turn. There's no slipstream to be had anyway, and let's see what happens once we catch the SKPs. Oh, wow. Okay, peloton wants to really go hard. Yeah, right. But guess we have to follow if we want to stay in the race. So now they turned the table. Very interesting. And yeah, so enough relay. And I can probably also now sneak back into the peloton and conserve energy, because I doubt people will be going the downhill. Keeping a pretty decent pace here. And we lost a few already on the way, which is funny. So Maxim is spent. And Vladislav but probably will be a wash whether the extra energy point for moving back. I'm still moving back. I'm losing a bit of flexibility, but I'm not liking my energy state. And it's still quite a bit to go, so I doubt anyone will be going now. Yeah, Maximus can't do anything anymore. So moving Vladislav forward a little bit. So Pelton is certainly making sure that those folks will never catch up again. So Maxim stays here. How much is still left? I'm thinking I would need to spend an attack point to go forward, so no, let's hope the next turn is a bit more docile, and if not then I have to spend it anyway. Okay, we have 5 people going. So moving forward now. Okay, Pelton means business, as it should. So, they ran away. I could probably have gone out a bit earlier. I have quite a bit of energy left. And I'm also not sure that it was the most sensible thing to have Maxim pull before the climb. But I guess that's simply lesson learned. And here I have a healthy number of attack points left with Vladislav, so the additional speed brought me up to 5th. And that's pretty good for, I think, someone off the fitness peak. So despite not being part of the attack group, this is still an excellent result, I think. And enabled by giving him the extra attack point. Yeah, so that definitely went well. And let's wait for everyone who's still been left behind by the frantic pace. So that's a 5th with Vladislav, and we also had, I think, for the first time, used then the other rider as a helper, in this case Maxim, in his fitness trough, and that worked well. Not sure it was the most sensible thing to do strategically overall, but the outcome I think is decent, and yeah, so this also shows Vladislav can lead, and that's something to keep in mind for how to spec him. And 75 prestige is certainly nothing to scoff at. So scouting. Okay, everyone with a level 1. That's funny. So next up, Hilda Verstook and Vladislav on his minor fitness peak. And it's a not overly terrible layout. And the downhill is certainly something for Maxim. So I'll keep an open mind who to put forward in the end. Probably interesting where folks will be after the intermediate climb. So that's certainly going to be a very interesting race. So Hilda Verstook, we don't appear among the favorites. but obviously that doesn't mean anything. They show Maxim as the leader, but as I said, I'll keep an open mind who actually may be in at the better position after the climb in the middle, and I guess that's where the race will be decided. The climb at the end doesn't look too scary. So we start with a climb, so I don't have to move back just yet. And yeah, certainly worth spending some attack points here. I think the slipstream probably outweighs the downhill penalty, so I'm moving both back. And yeah, they're jumping short, except for 2 SKPs. I'm not actually getting anything back, so that's probably down to the technical aspects, but now I should get maybe energy back. Probably a wash, so I'm not moving now, because I'm going to get energy back. Wow, yeah, that's plenty already, so that's nice. One more hill to jump. Not moving back since there is no slipstream. Can move back now. So same thing again. Almost the same, so we're not gaining any energy back, but obviously not that intelligent to take 2 turns on that, especially since the SKPs are already in the 3rd downhill. So peloton is pushing, which is good. So intermediate climb starts at 170, so something like 230-ish is a good time to get out. Especially since we're on a downhill. Although this is... we're at 122. I'm not taking a chance. So let's... measure it. That's good. So I'm happy here at the moment. Yeah, they are relaxing, so we're not disadvantaged by not being at the very end. And the SKPs are not overly pushing things either, so I think the peloton is just controlling them. So they go to the bottom of the climb, and we are 1 turn behind. So I guess everyone has a bit of a respect for the overall length. Although it feels like we haven't spent that much energy before, but now we have to go out and be ready. Who else is coming? No one really. Okay. So, bottom of the climb. Okay, no one's doing anything here. Interesting. How are my riders looking? So Maxim is still faster, despite Vladislav being on the fitness peak, and it's a bit of a wash energy-wise. Okay, so both have a chance. So I'll simply keep them here. Since there is not much to be had, yeah, so they're probably going to catch them, the others at least. Well, the one of the two. I think I can almost go back, because not much is happening here. I'll probably keep us in the middle, field in P2, so that we can react if we want to. So we have one lone SKP out there. And I think the order of the day is to catch him first, before anyone else is going to try something. Yeah, I expect some strong moves, so it's worth being at the end to benefit from maximum slipstream. I think we already saved more energy than we lost and would lose. If you're coming forward, probably do they have a... guess we can't afford not to move. Hmm. 12 goes... So we reach the next 11 with a 6. And we reach the next 11 with a 4. So it is... It is better. It's just for energy points, but at the same time we are almost finished. So yeah, let's follow the peloton here. We have caught the SKP almost, so I'm going forward because I could assume others are going and I want to go with them. So energy-wise, so Vladislav has a bit more energy. Speed-wise, this is 15 and this is also 15. So for the time being, I'm following the peloton. And then ready for anything that's going to happen. Since I have two guys in contention, I wonder whether I should simply send someone out. Especially since the peloton, although we have the final climb, but that's not doing much. We can probably easily finish from the bottom of the climb there, and that's... So how is Maxim doing? Can he finish from here? Easily. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, because this is a bit slow. So 15, 15. I have 2 full attack point pulls with Vladislav, and I have 2 full with Maxim, so it doesn't really matter. He's the more explosive one. So I'm going to try something with Maxim, simply because I can. And Vladislav stays with the peloton, so let's see what happens here. No one's following me. Guess everyone woke up now. Question is... So I'm going all out here. And might be first across the line, question mark? Does this... So 5... Crossing the line at 5. And have 4 left. Crossing the line at 4 and have 3 left, so that doesn't matter. So then simply gather maximum distance. So I guess everyone was asleep at the wheel. They don't even try anything. No, they don't. They slept, and we won that. And we could have probably won with both. So let's see how Vladislav does in the mass sprint, because that's another thing I'm interested in. Wow, huge relay. I'm not going to figure out where to best position. We actually had the energy to move. So yeah. Simply see what happens. So we can follow those furthest ahead, and we still have some first and third in the hills of Wazduk. And the competition didn't look that horrible. So this feels a bit odd, especially given the challenges that we had in the last season's classics. Yeah, so we made a break and caught everyone napping. And then we also scored pretty well in the final sprint, both in terms of energy that we had left and attack points that we had. Again, the plus 1 in attack point that we just gave Vladislav was very useful. So 2 amateurs just rocked the hills of Wazduk in their home country. So that's most certainly an excellent high note to end the episode on. And wow, look at the points haul that we get for this, and the sponsor loved this. So I guess that was an excellent opportunity to promote whatever they are selling in their home country. How far are we actually in terms of leveling up Vladislav? Well, that's still a fair bit to go, although we basically just leveled up on already halfway to 5, and Maxim is also close to 6, so now things are really going on. Okay, so the Rhone Tour will also be something for Maxim, since Vladislav is now on his fitness trough. Almost feel a little bad that I said Maxim and not Vladislav, but anyway, probably might have worked well either way. Yeah, the first one doesn't really look made for us. The other two are probably okay-ish, especially since Maxim has the downhill, so that's going to be useful here. And yeah, here the climb is probably going to be the decider anyway. And let's find out more about that in the next episode.